Here is the Avast Security News Roundup for the week ending May 27th, 2022. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and get involved. Something new: prejacking attacks on social media. A new paper by the Microsoft Security Response Center explains account prejacking, where attackers open an account with the victim's email address and then lie in wait for the victim eventually to join the site. Once the victim joins the site and breathes life into the account, the attacker takes full control, icing out the victim from their own account. Researchers noted 5 variations of this attack: the classic federated merge attack, the unexpired session identifier attack, the Trojan identifier attack, the unexpired email change attack, and the non-verified IDP attack. For more on each, see Bleeping Computer. These are very smart techniques, taking advantage of weak security implementation in certain websites, commented Avast security evangelist Louis Carones. Nevertheless, although the problem is not on the user side, there is something we can do to avoid these kinds of attacks. Always enable multi-factor authentication by requiring 2 methods to access your account. Multi-factor authentication keeps the user in control. Zola gift registry accounts hacked. Wedding gift registry Zola acknowledged in a tweet that hackers hijacked the accounts of several users. The news first came to light a few days ago when Zola users began posting on social media about the account takeover and multiple attempts by criminals to make purchases using the victim's info. The hackers used credential stuffing to access the accounts, but credit card and bank information were fortunately not exposed. As a matter of practice, cash funds have always been held in a protected separate account, a Zola spokesperson told TechRadar. As a result of the breach, Zola reset all users' passwords. This is certainly not good news. Digital driver's license forgeries not difficult. A security researcher discovered flaws in the New South Wales digital driver's license system that allows easy-to-execute forgeries. The Australian state began using the DDL system in 2019, giving citizens the option to show proof of identity and age at roadside police checks, bars, stores, hotels, and other venues. The only attack needed to breach the DDL system security is a brute force of the 4-digit PIN, of which there are only 10,000 combinations. Once the hacker is in and has changed the information on the driver's license, the DDL will still pass all security checks because the data stored locally is never checked against the back-end database. For more on this story, see Ars Technica. Ransomware Task Force reminds government there's more work to do. A year after the Ransomware Task Force provided a comprehensive framework for action to combat ransomware, the group reflected in a new paper on what has been accomplished and what still needs to be addressed. The task force is composed of more than 60 companies and organizations across government, nonprofits, and the private sector. Last May, the group made 48 recommendations for tackling the ransomware problem. Of those 48, only 12 have seen tangible progress. 29 have seen initial steps taken, and 7 have seen no action at all. For more on this story, see Cyberscoop. Zoom patches flaw allowing remote code execution. A Google Project Zero researcher found a number of holes in the Zoom client that could potentially allow attackers to launch remote code execution. But Zoom has patched the problem with version 5.10.0. User interaction is not required for a successful attack, the researcher wrote. The only ability an attacker needs is to be able to send messages to the victim over Zoom chat over XMPP protocol. By using a specially crafted message, attackers could get Zoom clients to connect to a man-in-the-middle server that pushed a 2019 version of the Zoom client. For more, see ZDNet. Facial recognition company fined millions. Clearview AI Inc. faces a fine equal to about $9.5 million for unlawfully collecting images on social media to create a global database that could be used for facial recognition. Clearview AI Inc. is a facial recognition company that has illegally created a database filled with 20 billion images of people's faces and data. All of the information was scraped from publicly available social media pages and other internet sources. Clearview AI Inc. has collected multiple images of people all over the world, including in the UK from a variety of websites and social media platforms, creating a database with more than 20 billion images, John Edwards, UK Information Commissioner, said. Read the full story at Cyber News. This week's must-read on the Avast blog. While some refugees are able to grab identity documents upon being forced to flee their countries, others are left with no proof that they are who they say they are. Can digital identity help with the global refugee crisis? Read the article at the link listed. And that wraps up this week's Avast Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.